guys, welcome again to another episode. Today I want to take you through one of the most beautiful kitchen that we've been doing along Kiambu Road. This beautiful kitchen, we had a brief from the client. It was a very difficult thing that we were facing for the first time. I've always been going around, I see such kind of structures. And in my thinking, or in my creative thinking, I've always thought it is the worst thing, or it is not something that someone can even think of doing. But we made this type of project, and as a creative team, we decided we want to tackle it, and we want to be as creative as possible. And for the first time, we wanted to produce something that everybody would really appreciate from the onset. If you watched our previous video when we were starting, you actually saw this kitchen. It was a shell, everything was in concrete, and I had a challenge. I had to sit with my team, that is my design team plus the site team. Those are the fundis that now who implement the things that we cut for them, the things that we design for them, to ensure that they're in proper sizes, in proper color, and in proper shape for them to be able also to install. And sitting around our design table, brainstorming and thinking around, we had to incorporate the entire team so that whatever we wanted to achieve would not be a mistake at all. And today I'm here to take you through a successful project. It's taken time because it's been a step-by-step type of project, but today I'm happy that I'm gonna show you something. So let's walk in. So guys, this is the kitchen. You can see the beautiful ceiling up there. Well done cornices, well done curtain rods, beautiful marble top. Everything, the carcasses or the kitchen cabinetry, they all look nice. If you look around the tiles, all beautiful. If you look at the sockets and switches around, everything is just in place. So, if I go back to the original video that we did, that this space was just a shell and nothing was in. This counter was here when we came in. The counter was here, but it was in concrete. It was shaped a concrete block all the way down. There was a box here. Definitely there's a box whereby, for example, they were thinking of putting a sink around here. And then there was another concrete block as the leg going down. Then there was another concrete block as a leg going down here. And then all these parts were supposed to be, they were hollow to receive doors and probably panels around. So probably the casual way we would have done was just to bring in some doors or some panels around those concrete, whatever, the concrete legs, and then do the doors and then leave the blocks or clad it on the upper side. But we sat down, and because this was a shaker type of kitchen style, we thought we can incorporate some classical theme. And on those particular legs that were existing, we thought, let's clad the entire thing with our shaker doors, which was spray painted. And this particular point, this is the leg of this cabinetry. So we decided to do these decorative panels around the legs. So the legs were around 171 mm wide. So we decided to clad them with these panels. This panel runs from the top all the way to the bottom, just leaving the space for the skirting, so that the skirting is under the door panels and the legs. So these panels were done here, and here. And for us even to just come up with this design for the panels, we had to think around and say, even if you were to do just a panel around here, how do you do it in such a way that when someone looks at it, they can clearly, one thing, think it was an original idea from the onset, and secondly, it complements the entire thing, and thirdly, so that the entire thing is just as beautiful as possible. So we came up with different designs around here, and we thought, let's do the leg, which is the leg that has the body, the base and the head. So we head these pieces up, the other pieces on the lower side, and we panel these things like this just to incorporate some design that will reflect the other points. So when I go back and I just open one of these cabinets, and I open this cabinet, this is the cabinet that is actually taking the sink area. And the idea behind the client she was moving from a place whereby the cabinetry or the carcasses that we had been built in a house that she was in had already broken down due to excess overflows of water, leakages and all that. So she wanted the parts that have sinks to have tiles under or inside them, so that in the event of water, she doesn't have to break the entire carcass and replace it. And with that case, all these parts are concrete blocks. Even the upper part is concrete block, and even the sides. And these are the legs that are holding this cabinet here. So we came in, and we felt initially the idea was to come with the doors all the way to this part and leave this other part on top, whereby normally on a normal case someone would have just tiled around. But we decided from the onset, if you look at the other cabinets that don't have a sink, you won't even notice that inside there is concrete. So we decided to come with a box, which is the wooden box assembled in place and inserted inside to block the concrete parts. And in that case, now you come in with these panels on top, and then you block it and you cover it properly. We did our nice spray painting, and then when now you open our cabinetry, from if you're coming in, you just open the cabinets and it's a normal kitchen as usual. If you opened this other cabinet here, this is what I'm talking about. When you open, it is just normal cabinet with shelves inside, properly positioned to act as a storage part without you seeing the concrete or the whatever part. So in other words, if it were not like this, then you would actually see the concrete parts, or these parts would have been tiled. And that is the same thing that goes to this other end when we are doing the drawers. So first of all, we came in, cladded the entire thing inside, and then the upper panel, you also tile the entire upper panel nicely. And then now when we are doing our drawers, we do our drawers in such a way that now the height of the drawer face that is gonna now hold the upper part of this cabinet is slightly longer as compared to the others, so that when I'm doing my soft closing cabinet, which are just the normal other type of cabinets that we do, when I close, it goes there and covers the entire thing. So when you are walking around here, no one by any chance will notice that this kitchen was a concrete kitchen. If I opened this other one, this is where we have our main sink. The other sink is just the sink for maybe washing fruits or washing your hands when you are here. But this is now the busy sink. So under here, if you can check, now apart from now the rest of the other cabinets that we have done in covered it entirely, the main concept is the client didn't want us to cover the parts with the sink because of the leakages that come under. And if you can even see, the client is really particular in whatever she's selecting and whatever we are doing. So even when you're looking at the accessories under the sink, you look at this type of drain pipe. It is a proper drain pipe that has a chrome stainless steel part on top that is attached completely to the sink up, and then it's a double drain, whereby now this one collects from this part and this one collects from this. They come and meet here and they go outside. So everything is properly selected, properly done. If you look at even the pipes that bring in water, well selected and well done. Even the tiling, it is well done. But I've also just learned something. The next time I'm doing this, I will raise this particular part slightly up so that this other part that is tiled is slightly on the lower end, so that in the event of any drip, it doesn't even come and affect this. Or in another case, I can come, for this case, I will come and just put a foil from our friends in industrial area. We put a foil so that this place becomes water resistant. So with that, if I can just go back to now the layout of this kitchen, we come in and we find the concrete parts are there. We have a concrete part here, we have a concrete here, we have a concrete here. We decide to clad it nicely, and at the end of it, we come with our beautiful shaker panels on the side. Same thing reflects on the upper side, and these are the side panels that we normally put. If you look at this kitchen nicely, before the final product, you will come and you will not actually see these side panels. But by the time now we are finishing and we are assembling our doors, then we put the side panels nicely to mirror the doors, so that whatever that any screws that you're doing or any mechanism that you're putting on the cabinetry, you don't see them on the outer side. And then in this particular kitchen, because these are spray painted kitchen, we decided to go with the mahogany wood on the top to create a skirting. This is something that we just created from the side. Then we came and placed on top, and it is running around on top of the kitchen, and it sits on it so beautifully. Also, another case, which is the thing that my client was so particular, is she wanted doors that are not everywhere is enclosed. So we decided to incorporate glassed doors plus closed doors. So the top panels are in glass, so that wherever she's arranging here, she can easily see what is there. Then on the lower side, we have decided to put enclosed or the solid panels. Then we come and install our double panel of the granite top. Normally, most of the people will put a single panel, but in our case, if you've seen most of our kitchens, we normally appreciate the double lipping, whereby it is almost 36 mm or 40 mm, looking a bit more thick and better. Then from there, we put our backsplash, again in form of the top, but in this case we're just putting the 18 mm or the 20 mm backsplash, which sits nicely, and it trims the back and the bottom, which is now the countertop. Then from there, the 600 mm that remains, we tile it all the way, and the selection of the tile and even the placement, if you check around, this piece, which is the gray pieces, are all in one line, and the decorative parts, which are in navy blue or dark blue, that mirrors the kitchen color, are placed just slightly lower, and it runs all the way to the other side. When you look at even the placement, when you come in, most of the times when you find the contractor's already done his works, you'll find that these sockets are maybe somewhere here or somewhere here. Some are not aligned. If you check around, we tried to align all our switches and socket at one level, which is roughly around 560 mm from the low level cabinets, and actually leaves maybe 40 mm to the top cabinets. Then when we're doing the tiling, we trim our edges nicely in the chrome corner strips, which are nicely done on the edges, to just make sure that the top, you don't find the mortar on top. At times you find spillage of mortar, or someone has put mortar and it's not sitting well, and the tiler just tried to cut, and now the painter, when they come, they just skim it nicely and put the paint on top, which at times it can be okay, but it doesn't sit so proper as compared to the chrome panels. Then come to the window. Most of the times we prefer whatever we are doing on the top, we do them on the window sill, so that in the event of any spillages, or because this is a busy area, it's easy to clean, and also it just gives it that unique feel, rather than just tiling all the way. And that is the same thing that we've done on this. The top and the window sill runs all the way, and they mirror, so you just tile here. And this is also another case that we normally help our clients. You come to so many kitchens and you realize that before the construction or before the erection of the kitchen, the client has already tiled everywhere, saying that this is a wet area. I don't understand why everywhere becomes a wet area, apart from maybe this place where you are just using for washing your utensils and all that. So we save our clients that in this case we just save the cost of tiling, whereby after the installation of everything, you just tile from the countertop all the way to the top level cabinets under, and that is roughly 600 mm times the total running meters of the kitchen, maybe giving you roughly between 7 to 11 square meters in a kitchen. But in normal cases, you'll find if that is not done, kitchen square meter range will range from 56 square meters all the way to 100. And some of the kitchen tiles or the selections clients pick are not cheap. So in this case, you can also see a beautiful double bowl sink with a pull tap. That is it. So when you're washing from this end, you just pull and come like that, and it splashes nicely, and then it is also soft closing. Then the combination of the glass and the rever panels, this is what I was talking about. And as usual, we use soft closing type of hinges. And also when you're doing our shelvings, we do them in nice, beautiful, I don't know which material is this, but it's almost like a polystyrene, but in clear glass. So everything sits in nicely, and this thing can be removed and be cleaned and be taken back. So it is not permanently screwed. And then as usual, soft closing again. Then that becomes the arrangement of the cabinets from the other end, whereby we are combining doors, that is vertical running doors, horizontal drawers, doors at the sink, horizontal drawers, doors there. Then when you come to the hob, we decided to put a beautiful 5 burner here, whereby it sits nicely at 900 mm, leaving a 900 mm space above, whereby this has been provided to hold the hood above it. And as you can check, it's beautifully seated. And in this case, this type of hood, normally most people would leave this space open, but because of the running of the cornice and the consistency in terms of things looking alike, we decided to conceal this part nicely inside the cabinet here. And when you open it, it's again a soft closing wherever. Goes nicely, and that thing is up. So here sits our hob, a 5 burner. This cabinet is permanently fixed, and that's why it doesn't have a handle, so that the parts behind this hob can easily sit inside there, and its cooker unit is actually there. Then we provide all the DP switches on the side, and that is the DP switch for the hood, and then we have the cooker unit for the cooker. See, as I switch them on, they automatically come on. So you don't have to struggle to open here for you to switch it on there. So all this type of cabling, we've done them here. We didn't find them there. So we come and we ensure that everything is piped properly, wired properly, and put in positions whereby it's not interfering with the daily running or is hazardous to the people working here. So considering that this is the place we are cooking and there is fire here, which we call moto is here, we put our DPs on the side. And in this case also we provide more sockets, so that in the event you have a coffee machine, you can place it here. If you have a blender, you can put your blender here, use a socket. If you have another, let's say, microwave or a kettle, you can heat your water over there. Then we also provide under sinks, and this is also another DP, also piped from here all the way to the sink, so that in the event they want to put an under sink, they can comfortably put it here, put it under there, and operate it from here instead of operating it from there. So that in the event of spillages of water, you are not mixing water and electricity, because that is poisonous. So all these are put on this side to just keep these things away. Then as you see, even the type of handle, very beautiful, strong, and your hand can go in nicely, and you can open and close nicely. And then in most cases, when you're doing the kitchens, there are concepts whereby, and you see these are preferences people prefer. There are concepts whereby you want all your appliances to be inbuilt, and there are people who don't like inbuilt system, then in most cases when you're doing the inbuilt, you'll find that you have the hob on top, and immediately under the hob you have your oven. In this case, because we didn't have an inbuilt system whereby we don't have the inbuilt microwave or inbuilt microwave, my client didn't want the convectional way whereby you have the hob on top and the oven under. So she wanted a cabinet completely on the side, separated from this unit. So under this unit we provided our beautiful soft closing drawers all the way, so that in the event she's cooking here, she can draw her utensils, she can draw her cooking spoon, cooking sticks and all that to use there. Then we provided a separate cabinet just slightly on the side, on the right hand side, so that if you're picking, you're using your right hand, and then you can come and bake, or you can come and grill your meat around here and then use it, and it really is sitting beautifully. If you also check around the beautiful panels, all these are pieces that are holding the cabinets that were built initially in concrete. Just the clever way of concealing them. But in other words, then we would have been forced either to have a very long panel of door or a long panel of a drawer, which probably would be a heavy thing when you're opening. At times it would interfere with maybe the hinges. When the door is again too bulky, the hinges with time they will start sagging. So we cleverly did this, and we placed them in those points where we had the concrete panels, and it has actually really blended very well. So on this counter, which is the island, we also decided to initially this thing was just one item like this, so we wanted to, initially it was supposed to be a top of 900, a top of 600 without the stools, but the picture or the brief we were given, which are the inspirations we get from our clients, the kitchen had stools. So we found a way of extending this panel to this other side. If you check, the concrete part is up to there, but this part is hollow. This is an extension of this part, and this is the panel. If you are looking on the other side, these were the panels that were hiding. And then we come with the doors, run the doors from the top all the way down. So we created this part, recessed this part with 300, came with a stone over 1 meter, so that they can have their bar stools around here, and comfortably 3 bar stools can sit here. And then if you look here, we also put a panel behind. This is a concrete wall, but we've actually anchored it with there's some panels that run around, because now you can't anchor this panel on concrete, or even if you were to anchor it on concrete, it means a lot of drilling. So you have a panel running up in MDF and another panel running down. That is where we are anchoring our exterior panels. And because it's too long, and most of our boards are coming in 2.7 or 2.4 at most, so we decided to go with 2 panels, all checkered, meeting at the center, and all this now gives you almost the same look on the front side and on the sides, the same, and even on the parts. So all this is customized in boards, so that we just have to provide that. And that is it for this kitchen. And this one was not there, so this is a fresh kitchen. So if you check around, this one doesn't have partitions in between, the big partitions in between. And the reason why we are not having those panels here, because we are also looking at a scenario whereby we want to create more storage. If you have the 177 mm walls in concrete, it means now you are compromising on the space, and that means now your storage becomes minimized. And in that case, because we're not doing an inbuilt kitchen, the fridge is freestanding. We have the top cabinets, the lower cabinets, door panels, tiles on the side, more provision for sockets, whereby you can boil, you can do your things around here. And this becomes the switch that when you are on this side, you can switch lights on and off from here to the center. Then a well-finished island, a sink, and the suspended lights. beautifully seated, and I'm so much happy that the entire look of this kitchen really came out even beyond our expectations, and I'm really happy. And that is it for this particular kitchen. Thank you so much, guys, for taking your time to watch our episode of this beautiful kitchen. And as usual, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and on our social media pages at Keith Interiors, where style meets elegance.